Violence in children isn't always caused by video games. It is something that is based on a child's ethics, and not something that a video game can change that easily. Video games can make people do stupid stuff, but most of the time it makes stupid people do stupid stuff.
And what about their parents and schools? Should the parents protect them when they are playing video games? And also, you should give some, argumentation, reasoning, example, and lean back.
If you could have just found some just couple facts of a study being done, I think references would have been really awesome, and that would have really it would have been a big swayer instead of more of an analogy or an assumption.
Sure, it can make kids be violent, but not to a very high extent. It's something that you can't really see, and it's something that's indistinguishable within other things. It might even be an excuse to bad parenting.
You can't blame someone. Oh, they are stupid. Oh, they are stupid stuff. No. As debaters, you need to provide clear solution, what the parents should do and what the society should do.
So, it is true that games do cause violence, but the problem is, it's more of a social problem than it's a scientific problem. We cannot blame video game by itself because games have guidelines. There are specific games that are targeted for adults. So those are the violent kind of games. 100% all violent games are targeted for adults.
So an article in sciencenewsforstudents.com made by Alison Pierce-Stevens regarding violence in video games can affect children's behavior. So it says violence in video games such as Call of Duty, God of War, etc. had many adults worry that violent games makes teen act violently in real life. Well, in fact, a carefully new study finds that this is not the case.
Why this problem is more social than scientific is that let's use an effect that we can agree upon. It's called the Skinner box effect, and the Skinner box effect is an experiment used to find how responses from the environment affect behavior. The Skinner box is the tool used to find these probabilities.
If you're stressed and you play video games and causes you violence, it's your fault because you don't stop.
By playing video games, it can't affect children's real life. You can also set it, as I said before, it builds creativity for children, and also makes the children happy when they are playing video games, and so on and so forth.
That he was trying to say that usually 18 plus games usually have that violence, and so children will usually have that rating barrier on gaming, and so they won't really be affected by violence in games. So that was something that was a point that you made. I love the analogy. Say you get killed in CSGO, you get more stress. And the Skinner box effect, and that sort of increases your depression, and it sort of causes you to get more violent when you come out of the game. But I also like the response where he goes, you restated. I think that's what I liked about it. You restated the response of 8B, which shows that you sort of understood it, right? And then you've understood it, you've repeated it to them, and then you've come up with saying, well, just don't play.